Now, let's turn to a development that has happened in the last hour, an hour and a half, because 12 major aid organisations have warned that the humanitarian aid system in Gaza is facing, quote, total collapse due to Israel's blockade on aid supplies since March. The charities are urging Israel to let them do their jobs, saying this is one of the worst humanitarian failures of our generation, and every single person in Gaza is relying on humanitarian aid to survive. Israel has vowed to maintain its blockage on humanitarian aid, saying it is the only way to force Hamas to release the 58 hostages still being held there. Let's speak to Georgia Tacey, who is in the Gaza project director for Save the Children. And welcome here to the programme. In terms of this development, those 12 major aid organisations, your assessment of this move, first of all?
Yes, well, as you say, Save the Children are joining all the other major heads of aid organisations here on the Gaza Strip to declare emphatically that the resumption of hostilities in Gaza is nothing short of a death sentence for children and their families. It is true, the aid system is definitely on the brink of collapse. We have widespread, indiscriminate bombing, deliberate targeting of aid workers. And now with 46 days that have passed without any commercial or humanitarian supplies entering Gaza, that means we are with a chronic and severe shortage of food, fuel and critical medical supplies. And it's really driving up the already significant rates of child and maternal malnutrition.
I don't want to draw you very much into the politics of all of this, but Israel has been quite open about not allowing this sort of aid into the Gaza Strip. Have you been surprised there's not been more international reaction to the decision that has been made and has been in place now for weeks?
That's right. And I guess I worry that the international community is becoming numb to the imagery that they see here in Gaza, that just another day passes, you see more footage of mothers crying over the dead bodies of their children. And I think there may be a bit of a case of people feeling just so overwhelmed and so helpless that they turn away. And they think this is something that is happening far away and that they can't do anything about it. And so we are worried about this compassion fatigue. And so we certainly want to make sure that we are encouraging people to speak out and to have the courage not to look away.
What does facing total collapse mean? That is the quote being used by these 12 agencies, including yours. In human terms, what does that actually mean?
That means no food being available for the citizens of Gaza. That means hospitals, the remaining hospitals that haven't been targeted, having to close down because they simply don't have the medical supplies. Certainly they don't have the blood stocks. There's no fuel for any of us to move around. And so I think most of us who are here, we're risking our lives along with our Palestinian colleagues, but it feels like we're trying to do this job with both hands tied behind our backs.
And in terms of what you need to do, in terms of what you have available ready to go in, really briefly, what could go in if you were allowed to actually take it in?
Oh, well, like many aid organisations, we have over 50 trucks waiting at the border, all filled with food, shelter kits, clothing, medical supplies. So the aid organisations are ready to go. We have all the supplies ready to enter Gaza. They're just not being permitted to enter. Some of us have some stocks remaining in our warehouses, but unfortunately we don't have guaranteed safe movement. So we can't even access our own warehouses and distribute them on the Gaza Strip because we don't have any guarantee that we won't be attacked.